Hello and welcome to Cloud Monday. Today is part 2 of looking at Genji Days of the Blade. And I'm going to apologise in advance because I am bound to get the name wrong as we play. Because I lost count how many times I called it Tales of the Blade throughout the last video. But anyway, this is a launch PS3 game, and the goal of this series isn't to, play and finish. It's just to play to see what it's like to use it on the cloud. What we learned in part 1 was that it has quite a lot of loading. I wouldn't say they're excessively long, but it's there. And the game also doesn't have many save points. Oh yes, fixed camera. So my analog stick doesn't do much other than dodge. Now I don't quite remember where we got to go, if I'm honest. It's been a few days since I last played. I'm guessing this is the correct way. So yeah, other than inconvenient save points making it not particularly suitable for what's this say? Okay, so those are flowers. One. Tutorial wise that's pretty effective. But with the fixed camera, I can't spin the camera around to have a look where exactly pieces are. So I am just exploring. Right. There's a lantern. If you remember, this is technically part 3 of me trying to play this game. The true part 1... Why is this shining? Yeah, the true part 1 didn't actually happen. Because I played it, or I tried to play it, and my internet connection was so bad, it just didn't work. Thankfully part 2 went a lot better, and yeah, there wasn't really an issue playing in part 1. Streaming it from the cloud with a good enough internet connection was fine. The only issues we had were from the game itself, and the save issue, which I mentioned earlier, in that we can't save anywhere we want. Okay. See, her crest didn't appear, but because of where the tutorial was, I knew that's something I had to do at that point. See, that stutter, that's not streaming, that's just, unfortunately, the game. That's how we get around. Okay, I understand. Got 2 more flowers. How do we get up high then? Can we cut across here? No. Move on. My guess is we need to go down there somewhere. Let's go down left. Oh. Huh. Okay, so yeah. A little bit rough. think I changed the weapon last video. That's better. I can see them, see what they're doing. See if I need to avoid them. Just like that. This is the original weapon, yeah. That was L2, so I was kind of hoping to find the item button, because I think I have something to heal. It's block, I think. I think I'm in super mode, or was in super mode. Yeah, my mistake. So what happens when you don't play this for a few days? You forget all the buttons do. Oh, she's healthy again. Where do we go? The problem with the fixed camera is so close to the character. You don't get a chance to observe. Huh. Was not expecting that. You don't get a chance to observe the world as a whole. Nuts. Stuck. Run. For a launch game, it's not combat-wise as fluid as like the Devil May Cry's of the world, or even God of War. I think God of War 2 came out after this game. Pretty sure it did. Because God of War 2 was end of life PS3 game, PS2 game. Ah, stairs. Poor bad guys. Not too sure what that move does when I'm rushing to them. That's a triangle button move. This character is not one of my favourites to control, if I'm honest. I also hit square there, not circle. Ooh, I held down triangle that time. I think I'm doing alright for not remembering what does what. I'm pretty sure I just picked that up. Yeah, that chest. It wasn't me using it. I was pressing buttons to try and activate the super mode. It doesn't even like modern games. When you come back to a game after a while, you don't quite remember what all the buttons do. And games don't typically remind you when you come back to it. All bad guys. It does kind of feel like a little bit that it's for padding. But in terms of story, it doesn't feel too out of place. If you remember in the last video, the place where we are currently at was under attack. Let's go on the roof. Find that other flower. Oh, there it is. And so far, streaming it from the cloud, I've not noticed any lag in the controls that you could say it's from the cloud. The lag I felt, it's from the game. It's just a little slow, or a little slower than modern games. Visually, it looks fine. I'm not noticing any stream tears, any macro blocking. Everything is as it should be, essentially. Oh, I didn't even see that flower. I wonder if I could just drop down. Huh, it will let me. Nuts. I was trying to activate the super, but again I can't remember what button does it. When was the last checkpoint? Oh, from the last place we saved. Nuts. So we're going to do all that all over again, which again is not great for a game being streamed to us from the cloud. With the PlayStation Plus cloud streaming service, you get a 20-second warning. So obviously what we've just experienced was what, 10 minutes? It obviously shows there's no checkpointing or very bad checkpointing, and a lot of it isn't really great. I don't think I want to go down here now. I want to go somewhere else. So yeah, even though it's great having the service so we can play an old game, the game that hasn't come out on anything else, it gives us a chance to play these old launch titles. So yes, in a way, it is good. But there's a big asterisk, a big but at the end of that sentence, where it's like, hey, just be aware, this game doesn't have manual saves, this game doesn't have great checkpoints. If you lose everything. And in a way you kind of feel like the service itself should have that warning. When you get to the game page, it should say, if your internet connection's bad, this game could become frustrating or something. It's like the game needs different ratings than a typical game does. Can we go into one? Nope. And that boils down to Sony and their messaging of the service. Their messaging is essentially nothing. It'll be people like me playing the games, talking about them, explaining what happens. We're the ones revealing the pros and cons of it. It's one of the reasons why these videos are perhaps longer than the typical YouTuber. I don't want to cut out the bad. I don't want to hide the good either. This is start to finish what I experience. Because I want ultimately for you guys to be able to make up your own mind. There it is, L1, gotcha. At least this is cool. And all the pedals and stuff on screen doesn't mess with the video quality. I'm going to have to use an item still. Guessing that's key items. I'm starting to get the hang of that triangle move where she looks like plants a bomb on them. You do have to charge it. You do have to make contact with them. I can't remember if this is easy difficulty or normal. But again, all that dust, all those particles, and the video held up fine. Yeah, tenacious these ones. Gotcha. Alright, perhaps think about healing again. Oh, it's not camera, is it? So, how do we focus then? Select? No. Not square. R3? L3? Down? Left? Right? Up? So what button is focus? L triangle. So it's all well and good having a tutorial page, but it's got to be relevant. Oh, if you didn't catch the first video, don't expect to see any trophies. As a launch game, it came out whilst the trophies were still in beta. So the trophy system hadn't been enabled. And so for some of these launch games, they never got the patch needed to give them trophy support. And this is one of them. There's actually quite a few games on PS3 that were early and didn't get a trophy patch. Did he just fall? Nope. Now he did. One of the ones that I always forget is Civilization Revolution. For some reason in my mind that game has a trophy patch, but in reality it doesn't. Whoa, nice. Yes, I can see my health's getting low. Pause. And it is a pause, thankfully. Alright, good. Jump down. Phew. What was it? L1. There we go. Now I'm not noticing any lag with this either. Apart from that one. Oops. That was my mistake, and that's my mistake. I'm hitting square too much, so yeah, I'm not doing great with them. Whew. Okay, progress. And of course the thing to do would be to actually save and then deal with that. And of course saving also replenishes your health. Wait, how do I save again? Now it's on screen. Alright, now let's see something new. We've got 20-25 minutes in.
Lord Yoshide!
Oh, Lady Shizuka. I'm glad you're safe.
We must hurry. The Shishin Temple is just ahead.
Intruders, halt! Stop where you are. You've gone far enough!
I told you to stay out of our way.
Not so fast! The field is giving off incredible energy. It's too dangerous to get closer. Lady Shizuka! What's happening here?
Lord Yoritomo.
I see. So our first priority is to remove this force field.
To do that, we'll need the paper charm, which is kept in the treasure vault on the westernmost side of the palace. Okay. Shizuka, can I ask you to retrieve this charm?
Indeed, my lord. We'll bring it here as quickly as possible.
The guards in the royal hall will be able to tell you more. So, hurry now.
Lord Yoshitsune!
Don't worry about me, I can deal with this. Meike, go on ahead!
Yes, my lord. Come, Lady Shizuka. We have to go.
Yes. We will soon return, my lord.
Oh, no, I was not expecting to jump in with these guys. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt the story. The story's not too bad, I suppose. I didn't play the original Genji on PS2, so I don't know if it ties in. You'd have to tell me in the comments if the story has anything to do with what came out on PS2, but some of the, I'm going to call it frame pacing, I'm not entirely sure what it was, but the movement of the camera and the scene, it wasn't particularly fluid, it kind of stuttered a little bit. So it's what I would guess was like, quite a lot of these guys now, it was like frame pacing or something where it just wasn't a smooth 60 or even 30. Or it was like 30, then 20, then 30, then 20, something like that. It just, watching it didn't look right, but I wouldn't say it was because of streaming. I gotta slow down with these quick time events and focus, because I'm making too many mistakes with these. These are defeat the enemy kind of moves. You don't get too much time to do them, but I've got to be a little smarter with it. So as you saw with Shizuka, I was making too many mistakes. I'm keeping an eye on the health as well, don't you worry. Yeah, the camera's so close to the character, it's difficult to see whereabouts exactly the enemy is. But at least we do have a map, and it does help a little bit. I can pause. I'll get up so I can pause. So I can get some idea as to where things are, where people are. He's got 900 health. He's got so much more health than everyone else. Or than the other character did. All the characters control differently, have different stats, different abilities. It is nice. It does keep things a little fresh that you don't quite know. Well, you don't get tired of just the same person with the same attacks over and over again. And then there are different swords as well. I'm using this one because I like this one, but this guy does have a different sword. I hit dodge, but I think I was in an animation mode. I just couldn't dodge in the end. Yes. Feels like this is not finishing them off. What we played earlier, that seemed to be enough to finish them off, this thing. Maybe I need to do some leveling up or something like that, maybe. It just kind of faded out. Okay. Of course it is. Oh, it's time. That sucks. But in a way, it's nice because they gave an in-world reason why it's going to happen. But it sucks. And we don't know where to go. Oh, enemies. Yeah, I'm switching. Jeez, I'm getting beastied here. Yeah. No! He's gonna put me back, isn't it? We're gonna have to go all the way back. What happens if I say no? Would it do a checkpoint if I say no? Was it just gonna game over? Ah. Okay. Genji, Days of the Blade. Oh, the checkpointing and the save sucks so badly. Now I don't think I can really recommend this as a good game being streamed other than nostalgia or curiosity. Is there anything like install? Nope. Let's not do that then. What else we got? Extras. None. That was on normal. That was normal. And you see that the enemies can move and attack quicker than I can. So when you put the big guy in, and he's the slowest character, I was trying, you can see my character moving to attack, and the enemies were hitting me whilst my character was still in its animation. So then I switched to someone quicker, but then she has less health. And then you see someone just stabbed me on the ground. I don't know how to do that finishing move. None of my characters seem to do that. So, well, I'm going to end it there because I really don't want to do this again. I'm not having that much fun with it. But I am glad I tried it. That's the key thing. So what we do, we check the internet speed so you get a rough idea of the quality I got versus the internet speed I have. So I'll see you with the internet speed check. Okay, so in settings, you go down to network, and in network, you go down to test internet connection. For me, my launch model Japanese PS4 is connected or is wired to the internet. So it's Ethernet. So let's have a look. Upload's not great, still not the worst I've seen, but download's doing well. So yeah, after 2 parts, what can we say? The streaming quality is good enough for Genji. The game has a few problems. It's biggest issue is its lack of checkpoints and manual saves. If you have 20 seconds, you're basically, you can't do anything. You're gonna not be able to get to any save point. And if you die like I did twice today, then you're gonna lose a lot of progress. What happened with the game over felt exactly like what would happen if we lost the internet connection. It sucked. It was not fun. It was frustrating. And the fact we have to do it all over again. It's an experience that doesn't make me want to play the game on the stream. But also it makes me doesn't want to play it in person either. So whilst I can recommend Genji as a launch game, it's history, it's a part of the PS3, it's something perhaps people should know or at the very least see. Honestly, watch YouTube videos would probably be my best. Would probably be the best thing to do, because that way you get to see it, understand it. You get, if you want to, watch the story, watch what happens. But playing it isn't as fun anymore, especially if the saves continue to be as bad as they are. So unfortunately, Genji isn't going to be a game that I'm going to keep playing or continue with. So until the next Cloud Monday video, or until I see you checking out some of the other videos, playlists or YouTube shorts, or maybe I'll see you over at Ko-fi. As a small YouTube channel, we get no money from YouTube, but with Ko-fi we can get PayPal donations and we have a couple of subscription tiers as well. But wherever or whenever I see you again, please take care.